Welcome back to the Hermitcraft FTB server. As you can see, I've got a third quarry running. This is in fact the third one. There's a second one there, and the first one is over there at the corner by that green spot. And the thing's running pretty good. I've actually gotten things worked out to run it where it's running almost at full capacity without putting a strain on my power supply. And I soon expect to be able to run it at absolute wide open full speed. So that's pretty good. And I timed this, by the way. It may not be full speed, but 9 minutes and 30 seconds to clear one level is actually pretty doggone good. The very first time I set up a Buildcraft Quarry, oh so many versions ago, it took an hour to clear one level. It was amazingly, painfully, hurtfully slow. But this is going a lot better. So we'll hop back over here and get down to the logistics of things. Now, I have been doing a little bit with the AE system, but I've kind of come to a decision about the AE system. I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to use it for things. Mostly, it's going to be used for storage there and over here. And yes, I've begun making some scrap, which means UU matter is not very far away. And but mostly this thing is going to be used for storage. It will do some crafting. This is a list of, this is all the things that it knows how to craft, but I don't expect to be using it for crafting that much. And instead, it's going to serve as a large capacity, very fast satellite inventory for the logistics network. And let's go visit that. Right, now here's where I had things set up before. I had the macerators and the induction furnaces. Well, I did just put in the second induction furnace not too long ago. And they're processing stuff. And of course over here we've got the input chest with a quick sort module, yanking things out and sending them where they belong. Anything that doesn't get pulled out of this chest automatically, that just means that I have to find a place in one of these chests or add more in order to have a place to go. This chest here being the default route, which is where things go when the system doesn't know what to do with them after they leave the input chest. And sometimes I've noticed that ores show up there because they get to a macerator and it's busy and therefore can't accept it just yet, so they end up in there. I just toss them back in here. I'll work out some other way to deal with that. If nothing else, I'll put in some more macerators and increase the system's capacity to process. These chests over here, they're all storage. Each one has a different group of items. And I'm not sure it's entirely logical just yet, but I'm getting there. I'm going to end up having to do something with this extra coal. Awful lot of it in here. I'm going to end up having to route the coal into the AE system, I think. But these chests have, for modules, they're all logistics chassis pipe Mark II. And they all have polymorphic item sync, which basically says whatever's stored in this chest, that's what you put in there. You know, if you got an item and I have some of it in this chest, send it here. And then the provider module, which is simply set to, it's empty to provide anything in the chest, and to leave at least one item per type in the chest inventory. So if I go and request, say, dull shards, it's only going to give me 28 of them because it's going to keep at least one there, so that any dull shards that come into the input chest will automatically be routed here. And that's the way that's working. And I've done the same thing with most of the rest of these chests with various things. This one I did set up differently. This one I pre-formatted things by laying out the things the way I wanted them to be. And then in here there's a provider module that tells it to provide everything and leave one item per stack, not one of each type. And that way this formatting will stay the same as long as nobody comes in here and does a middle click to sort the doggone thing, which I really don't want it happening with this one. Normally there would be an item sync module here that is configured to look specifically for cobblestone, dirt, and gravel. And I will be putting that back in fairly soon, I think. But for the time being, I've taken it out to disable that functionality. The way it's worked, the way the system is set up, once this chest gets full, cobblestone, dirt, and gravel don't have anywhere to go. So, this is where the recyclers come in. Recycler has an extractor Mark III, and it's an extractor Mark III because that's a faster one, and it'll pull stuff out of there a lot faster. And what I would be putting in there, if I can find it, here we go, is a terminus module. Now, if I go out and right-click on this thing, it's set to terminate cobblestone, dirt, and gravel. And basically, when I put the terminus module into the recyclers, any cobblestone, dirt, and gravel that the system doesn't have any other place to go, the terminus module comes in as being the lowest possible priority destination. If you can't send it anywhere else, I'll take it. And the recycler will then recycle it, and the resulting scrap will end up in there in one of those chests. No, it will end up in the AE system in deep storage. Then there's this room that I added on this morning, when I was waiting for YouTube to get the last episode uploaded live, or whatever. It's being painfully, agonizingly slow. So if I go a day without putting up a video, it's not my fault. It's YouTube's fault, because I am recording pretty much daily. I've got over here a bunch of crafting logistics crafting tables, and crafting logistics pipes. This whole wall is set up to craft everything from iron furnaces, copper cables, electronic circuits, batteries, low voltage transformers, low voltage solar arrays, and finally the end result of this array here is a medium voltage solar array. Right here we've got a couple of macerators and an induction furnace, and the macerator, the first one here, takes coal and produces coal dust. If there's not enough of it in the system, the logistics network can craft its own. This one is taking cobblestone and macerating for sand, and this one is taking the sand and cooking glass. So far this thing can produce almost everything it needs in order to produce low voltage solar arrays. There is a little bit more work I need to do, though. Like, for example, right over here, I need this one to craft oak wood into planks, and then planks into sticks, and then sticks into gears. Several different all the different basic varieties of gears, including force gears, including being able to manufacture force ingots and mixed metal ingots. So let's see, we've got some crafting logistics pipes here. We just pop them down here, and then hit each one with a wrench, import the recipe that's in the table. And then let's just do it to the next 3. Actually, I think I've got room to go ahead. Yeah, I can get the rest of them all at once here. And we'll just go ahead and import these recipes. And the logistics auto crafting system is getting smarter with every click. There. That is pretty good right there. Now this pipe is a request pipe. I right click on that and I can order anything in the system. And what I can reach from here, I can reach anything that is in the AE system currently stored there. I cannot reach the Applied Energistics crafting recipes from here, but I can reach the local crafting recipes in the logistics pipes network, which is fine. It's really all it needs to be. And anything requested will end up in this chest. And mainly that's a diamond chest because that's what I had. And I didn't feel like making another one. A little bit more work to do here before we're ready to do anything with this. Oh, let's see. The extractor. I put a item sink. Okay, a chassis pipe with an item sink module and an extractor module. Item sink is set to look for sticky resin. Any sticky resin that goes in the system will be popped in here and processed. Meanwhile, I can always take sticky resin and drop it in here manually, and the resulting rubber, because of the extractor module, the resulting rubber will end up in there. But now, let's get the compressor automated. Drop that sucker down. Put a transformer upgrade in it so it can work medium voltage. Put some overclocker upgrades in there. And then drop down here. Hook up a power line. And now, let's go ahead and break these. There's some basic logistics pipes there, because anytime you have an intersection, you need basic pipes for the routing and all that. I already said that, didn't I? Sorry. Alright, crafting pipes on both machines. Now let's set up some crafting recipes. This one is going to take mixed metal ingots and process them into advanced alloy. This one is going to take raw carbon mesh and produce carbon plate. Alright, now in here, it occurs to me, I need to get a couple, I've got some in here. That's where I put that stuff. Things were getting kind of cluttered. Alright, coal dust, raw carbon fiber, logistics crafting tables. Alright. This one is going to take coal dust and make raw carbon fiber. This one is going to take raw carbon fiber and make raw carbon mesh. And I need more crafting pipes, or chassis pipes. No, crafting pipe. Crafting logistics, let's just make up 10 of them. I don't need that many right now, but alright, import that, import this. This system is now fully set up for making low voltage solar array. So, I'm going to hit this, switch this to show me craftable stuff, and let's get a medium voltage solar array. One, please. Request successful. And now watch the system. You see all these particle effects and glowing things and all these items flying around all over the place as it crafts the solar panels, the medium voltage array, the low voltage arrays, and then crafts those into the medium voltage. It'll take a couple or 3 minutes, but you consider how many things it's making to do this. It's not bad. And just for giggles, because I think the way this stuff is flying through the pipes and the particle effects and whatnot looks really kind of cool, I'm going to take a break and speed up the video for this crafting. Alright, I do believe it just finished. All the particle effects are gone. Let's have a look. We have a medium voltage solar array. Let's head upstairs and go out and get that sucker positioned. Oh, wait a minute. I'll need another length of fiber cable. Now right now I have 6 medium voltage solar arrays. This will be number 7. All right, put that cable on there. Take the medium voltage array, pop that down here. Now I make one more medium voltage array, and I'll be able to set this up, convert it into a high voltage array. Awesome. And by the way, I thought it would be kind of interesting to point out that right now, and I think for the entire time that I've been doing stuff here, ever since the reset, this whole place, everything in here is running off that solar setup. I'm not burning any fuel. I'm not burning any logs or wood or coal. I'm not doing anything. And since I haven't been using the thermal expansion machines down below just yet, I haven't even been using any force or anything like that in the force engine to run these things, because frankly, so far I've run them just exactly enough to make the tesseracts I needed. And so this system is working beautifully. And now as soon as the sun comes up, there will be even more power piling into that stack of MFSUs out there. And when there is enough materials, I'm going to set up another array and get that power requirement up. Now there's another thing about the logistics system that I really prefer over the AE system. Now the AE system, if you have it craft something and it runs into problem, the way you find out is by looking at the crafting monitor to see what it's requesting that it can't get. And what it doesn't tell you though is how much you need. Now this time, in this case, whoops, I guess I wasn't close enough. No, I should have done that with a wrench. Alright, now we set this to show just supply, what we've got in the system. And you see 4 pages of stuff that the system can access. And there's a lot there. But is there enough material to craft another medium voltage array? Let's order one and find out. Missing 22 rubber. You see right there, missing 22 rubber. Now, the AE system on the crafting monitor would have shown a thing said missing materials, rubber. What it would not have told you is how many. This is telling me that if I want to do another medium voltage array, I need to get another 22 rubber into the system, because apparently, yeah, it's used almost all that was here, most of the coal dust, and so on, which means I would have to go out to the rubber tree farm out there, and harvest up some rubber and drop it in here into the extractor, or at the very least put the sticky resin into the input chest before I would be able to do this. So I'm going to hop out there. Let's see, where is my electric tree tap? Here we go. Alright, I'm going to hop out here, harvest up some rubber, and we're going to make another one of these arrays. And oh, by the way, I found some pumpkins, and I found out that with the minium stone, you can take pumpkin seeds and convert them into melon seeds. And that's a good thing, because I'm going to be needing melon and melon seeds, and well, mostly melon. Oh, crap. I hate it when I break stuff that I didn't want to break. Alright. I'm going to harvest up this rubber, and I'll be back. Alright, the extractor just finished up processing about 50 some odd sticky resins, so much more than 22 rubber has been added to the system. So let's just hop over here, bring up the requester for craftable items, another medium voltage solar array. This will be number 8. Request successful. And in about 3 minutes, I'll have another one. And I'll be back. And so here I find myself re-recording part of the video, because the area of the video from the time after the last auto crafting of that last medium voltage array, that chunk of video was corrupted and unusable, and so I'm finding myself in here having to come back in and recover that part of it. Basically, while the system was crafting that 8th medium voltage array, I added some more crafting tables to the system to handle the extra steps necessary to craft 8 medium voltage arrays into a high voltage array. And then, once that high voltage array was crafted, come up here, head outside, and now you will see I have a single high voltage array on top of this tower of power. And that's pretty much what it is too. Tower of power. There's, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One of them's underground. MFSUs. And I'm going to add several more MFSUs to this tower of power. And so on. Another thing that I made a auto crafting recipe for was this little gem right here. This is the Magnum torch. I gotta stop right clicking with that thing when I don't actually want to travel. Anyway, it's a fairly not too hideously expensive, but sort of kind of a little bit complicated to make, but not bad really. And it's an easy auto craft. You need a potion of healing 2 and a potion of regeneration 2 and a bunch of torches and some gold and diamond and so on. And this thing is really cool. It presents hostile mob spawns for a 64 block radius in all directions, which means no more concerns about hostiles spawning around here, because that thing will prevent it. That is great all by itself. And so, because I'm basically re-recording, I get to add in a little bit about stuff that was going to be between episodes material. Let's see. Basically, I've expanded this area here. I've got another furnace in here, and this one automatically makes refined iron on demand. And the system has got a chest in here over here with a supplier pipe on it, right here. And this one is set up to maintain 4 stacks of refined iron and 4 stacks of coal dust. And anytime there's less than that, the system will automatically craft enough to replace it. And that's great. Now, this over here, I'm particularly proud of. I've worked out how to, with logistics pipes, automatically craft potions. Now, right here I've got a brewing stand, and on the bottom there is a satellite logistics pipe. On the top is a regular crafting logistics pipe. And in here you've got the recipe as you would expect, sort of. You've got the netherwort in the inputs, that this will be pulled in from wherever the logistics system is keeping netherwort. And from the satellite pipe number 1, it will input water bottles, 3 of them. And it will output 3 awkward potions. Now the satellite pipes go down here on the bottom, and their interface doesn't let you do anything except for set the ID of that particular pipe. There's 5 of them on here right now. And what they're for is to allow other input. They're also used for handling the input of items that don't stack and have to be input into a chest nearby or something like that. But basically, with a brewing stand, your main ingredient up here it comes in from the top. The water bottles or awkward potions or existing potion that you're going to upgrade comes in through the bottom. And so this one is making awkward potions. This one makes instant health. This one takes the instant health and upgrades it to instant health 2. This one makes regeneration. This one upgrades it to regeneration 2. I'm going to add another one on there for a couple of more. One for fire resistance and one for fire resistance 2, the 8-minute version, where you add redstone to it and get the 8-minute potion. And maybe a few others, I'm not sure yet. But I'm really particularly proud of how easy it was to, once I figured it out, to use the satellite pipes to auto-craft potions. And I'll set up a chest back there with a supplier pipe on it, and I'll have it maintain a certain number of each kind of potion in stock at all times. So that way if I go to use one and it comes below the minimum required inventory, then the system will craft it and send it over there automatically. That is cool. And let's see, I'm also going to have to set up a liquid transposer with an aqueous accumulator and hook that in the system to automatically fill water bottles, because the system can already create water bottles. It can already craft water bottles. And if I add in a liquid transposer and an aqueous accumulator, it will be able to fill them too. So things are going pretty good here. And I've got some really cool stuff going on here. And there is more cool stuff to come, because this logistics system, the logistics system is going to also be expanded further to handle the needs of the very soon to be Thaumcraft base out at the Mesa. And that's going to be cool, because I've decided what I'm going to, I don't remember if I've said so or not, but the Mesa area, I'm going to use that for early Thaumcraft stuff that creates a lot of flux and wisps and stuff like that that I don't really want to infect spawn with. And then the canyon base, that's the canyon area, that's going to be the big mega build. And we'll be getting to all kinds of stuff like that and more soon. So be sure not to miss an episode. Also, if you like the video, please take 1 second and hit the thumbs up button or share or whatever, you know. Sure appreciate that. It really does help a lot. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.